Welcome back to the Damage Counters podcast. I am Shifu Stew here with Chef Husky
How y'all doing?
and Snipe the Bench. So this week we have a bunch of fun stuff. We have a guest interview that Snipe was able to do with his friend, and we have Snipe's experience from Atlanta. So Snipe, let's just jump right into it. Tell us about your tournament experience.
Well, you guys saw the deck I brought. I was all in on Klefki. First round, boom. Guy looked at Klefki, and it was an arch poison, and was just like, I don't know what to do. So, ended up winning that match. Round two, hit a Terror Box. Also started Klefki. I was feeling great. 2-0. And then, I think I tied a... I want to say I tied. Don't remember what the order was. Let's see. Yeah, round three I did tie against a Dragapult Pidgeot. That guy was actually really fun to play with. It went back and forth. I took the first one, he took the second, and then that last game we didn't have time. It went back and forth. It was really fun, and we were glad we tied. Neither of us wanted to make the other one lose. Then I got Gardevoir. Unfortunately, it went win, loss, loss. It was just a tough one. I could have won the last game. However, I messed it up because I didn't have enough energy in the discard. So when I when I superior energy retrievaled, there was only 4 in there, and I had bossed up the Fez, and there was no other way for me to get energy. Because, I kept doing the, attack for 1, maybe attack for 2 to get his little guys out of there. And that just, I chalked that to, I hadn't played the matchup. I hadn't practiced that matchup. So I didn't realize it overhit him, when I can. So learned as I went. Then I hit round 5, I hit a sort of mirror. I mean, it was Goldango, Ceruledge. And I just waited for him to put down the first 2-prizer.
Yep.
And then I tried to go 2-2-2. Next, I did a Hopzation. Klefki was MVP in that one.
Yeah, wow. I actually didn't expect to hear that.
I did a quick. They couldn't do any abilities. They couldn't Latias, use Latias' ability to come back out. So they were just stuck because they don't play any switches. If they do, they play one. I mean, he literally said he played none. I was like, well, okay. Well, Klefki it is until I got set up and I was able to boss up Zacian. And then he had, no attacker. I think he attacked once.
Oof.
Yeah, and he hit my Fez, and then I had attached energy and knocked it out on I want to say on purpose, but it wasn't. It was an accident, but it ended up letting me get out of the active, and I was whooping, so it didn't matter.
Nice.
Then I faced a Terror Box. So I'm like, all right, cool. I start Gimme Ghoul, attach, pass, and he goes bench, Clefairy, Crispin, knockout. And I was like, okay, let's go to game 2. And of course, I didn't find the Klefki again. So, but that game went all the way down to the wire. We were both flipping card for card because Klefki was in the active with an energy. And I remember I needed a boss because I needed to get the 2-prizer. Because otherwise, if I knocked him out, he would have fezzed and found everything he needed anyway. And he was trying to find a bunch of combo pieces. So it was just draw, pass. And he ended up with one cool move. He's starting to attach energy to Teal Mask Ogerpon. He attaches the grass to Teal Dance. Then all of a sudden, I see him attach a Lightning. And I was like, huh, what's he doing there? Okay, sure. And then he's draw, pass, and then all of a sudden, and I'm waiting for my boss all this time, couldn't find it, and he then attaches a fighting energy, and I'm like, what in the world are you doing? And was it fighting?
Yeah, that's
No,
weird.
it was a. No, it wasn't a fight. It was a water. I'm sorry, it was a water. So then I was like, "What are you doing?" Then he gets to the active, because he retreated, hard retreat. So we had to attach all these cards. That's how deep we were going in to try to find this boss. And he then ogre masks the card that like nobody uses.
No.
He plays a one of. He ogre masks, brings up teal mask, the wellspring, and then hits torrential pumps, Klefki, and one of my Dreepies. Or one of my Dracloaks. It didn't matter at that point. And I was like, heck yeah, nice move.
Unreal.
Hey. And no, the unreal part, I flipped over my next card. It was a boss.
Oh.
And I was like, come on.
Oh, dude. You never flip over that card.
I wanted to see how many more turns it would have taken. The answer is 1. Had he not done it, and we would have tied. And I don't know, we probably would have had a time for game 3, even though that game took a little bit long because game 1 ended on turn 1.
Yeah.
So, and then hopefully I would have found my Klefki. So who knows what would happen with that. But, I mean, he went 2-0. Can't complain. The second one was fun. And then I go to my winning in, and I go against a Guardy. So I'm like, okay, I know how to play this matchup now. When I hit, Screamtail, I don't just do 1. I do maybe, 2 or 3 energies. Get him in the discard. I got this now. I ended up losing. Oh, actually, sorry. Before that was round 8 was another Goldango mirror. Neither of us would put a 2-prizer down, and in game 3 he won game 1. I won game 1, he won game 2, and then in game 3 neither of us put a 2-prizer down, so I attached energy to Dracloak and just kept hitting his gimme ghouls for 70, and then he was like, okay, I guess I gotta put one down. I said, yeah you do.
Yeah.
And then at that point I just went twice, boom, done. And I was like, cool. It was only because I had that extra attacker, which, Dracloak hits for 70, so that was great. And then I went to round 9 on my winning in. Was at 5-2-1, so trying to go to day 2. And it was the Gardevoir. And I was like, okay, we know how to play this now. So he hit game 1. He hit a good combo, and it's a tough matchup, so it's probably favored by them anyway, by Gardevoir. But game 2, man, goes down to the end. I had everything I needed. I Arvin for counter catcher, and it's my last prize. So yeah. I couldn't counter catcher a 2-prizer. Well, it was one of 2 prizes. So I couldn't counter catcher the 2-prizer, which at that point he had it. And I was like, come on. But we would have went 1-1 because we were already at turns. So one of us would have had to concede the other one, and I know I wouldn't have. I don't think he would have either. So we would have both been out of day 2.
Sheesh.
I mean, and not for nothing, I looked it up at the end of the tournament. This guy had 6 ties out of 13 matches.
Wow.
I was like, because he played so slow, but it happens. So now we're looking forward to Portland.
Okay.
Which is in this format. So this is just more practice.
You taking the same?
See it? I mean, it's what, a month? It's literally a month away. I mean, right now, I'm the most comfy with it, and I think it beats everything. And the Gardevoir matchup is hard. I have changed some cards. I gotta run at least 1 jamming tower.
Yeah.
Because jamming tower is gonna let me take either 2 or 3 prizes in 1 turn.
Yep.
And I think that's the way you're gonna beat Gardevoir. Make them use that charm, and put out that jamming tower, and maybe it sticks. Who knows? And then they can't use it again until they get rid of the stadium.
Yeah. I mean, they can bump it with Artisan. They definitely have it, right?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. If they could find it, because maybe they can't find it. That's one card. Nobody used to have Iono in Goldango. I think I may have used it once, maybe even zero, and only in the beginning of the game. I tried to set up Ionos all the time, going like, all right, if I cipher now, put Iono on top, and then I could do it later on the next turn, but it never worked out that way. So I think in Goldango, I'm going to take out my Iono and at least put in a jamming tower.
Yeah.
Among other changes. But I now understand why people were not running Iono. It really is only good on, like, if you're going second on turn one and go, I got nothing. Quick, Iono, boom, if you have it.
Yeah, I mean, I think some decks benefit well from it, but agreed, it's not for every deck, right?
Yeah, I don't think. I think I'm going to take it out, which is really bad not to have any disruption, but...
But if you're just going 2-2-2 and you're confident in your numbers, you don't always have to play disruption.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. You gotta make sure you play the price trade correctly.
What I'm interested about from your tournament experience is, what is it like doing an entire day of this? I mean, you're waking up, getting after it, and playing hours of this game straight, and it's not like TCG Live, where we played in the creators cook-off. We got to sit in our comfy chairs in our homes, right? You're at a complex, you're doing all of this. Talk to like the general and mental fatigue you get playing that many games back to back.
Well, you want to know what time I woke up? I can tell you exactly. It was 5:41. You want to know why?
Continental breakfast.
Because at the Airbnb I was staying at, at the Airbnb I was staying at, they had 2 roosters right outside my window.
Ooh.
And not only that, they were talking to the rooster at next door. And I was like, dude, it's 5:41. So I woke up at 5:41 and did not go back to sleep. So I was a little perturbed, but nothing a little coffee can't fix.
Yep.
So that was the start of my day. But it is, as a player, I really wasn't exhausted. My daughter was there. And she was more exhausted than me just watching. I mean, you're just playing constantly. And a lot of mine went almost to time, except for, I think, like 2 of them, the ones I won 2-0. But all the game 3s, they go to time. And the biggest thing is you do start to get hungry. And you either got to bring snacks or buy a $19 cheeseburger.
Ooh.
Those are your choices. And I was like, okay, we're getting some snacks here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, but yeah, and you got to stay hydrated.
Yeah, I believe it.
Got to drink the water. And me, I'm a big coffee drinker, so I had a couple, like, those pre-made coffees just to knock one down every couple rounds. That's usually what I do.
Yeah, I mean, you got to stay focused. That's a lot of gaming. That's a lot of different lines you're thinking about throughout one day.
Oh, it definitely, when you get to round 7, 8, 9, you got to concentrate because you're going to make a mistake. That's the ones where you're going to make a mistake.
Yeah, and I think everybody makes a mistake. Whoever wins the tournament made the fewest.
Yeah.
Right?
Or got the luckiest off their Budew research and stuff.
Yeah,
that was
true.
crazy. If you saw the final.
So we do
nuts.
have the privilege of your friend though as well, who you are interviewing, and we want to move to that segment as well because he placed what again in the tournament?
He placed 15th out of almost 2,700.
Incredible.
Absolutely incredible.
So I believe you were able to get a one-on-one interview with him through Zoom since he didn't have recording stuff set up, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so we'll pan over to that right here, and then we'll bring all 3 of us casters back. We got a chef who I'm very excited to hear about the new cards from, since he is making an entire video on all of the new cards.
We are with my buddy Preston Rutledge, who got 15th in Atlanta Regionals. What's up, Preston?
Doing good. How about you?
I'm doing well. So when I tested with you a couple times. You were on this Archalodon Poison. You're calling it the BDIF. Now, from the time that we tested to the time I saw you in Atlanta, the deck had changed.
Yeah.
Tell me how you got your final 60.
So we started with, we when we first started, we started on Secret Box and Prime Catcher as our ace spec with Azashi Cramorant, Snorlax, Buildo, Arch. Then we ventured over to Monkey Dory with Calamus Wasteland, Trolley, Genesect, and Toadschool. We're trying to counter Dango, counter any kind of Night Stretcher, counter every ace spec. Felt pretty good. But it felt weak. It didn't feel like I had enough pressure to take these one-shot knockouts aggressively enough. So, started experimenting with poison with someone who suggested the idea was Flatos, one of Kyle's friends. She suggested that we could try some poison. So we had a base list. We started with that, and then we kind of shot off with Trolley Poison. Just felt better than Secret Box because you don't discard your resources aggressively.
Nice. All right, so you're going into this Atlanta Regional.
Yep.
You're feeling good. It's your own 60. Yeah, you started with a base, like you said, but it's your own 60, correct?
Yes.
Cool. So, what's the matchup you don't want to see?
So realistically, Raging Bolt, but it's winnable. If they're playing Capsule is when it's weird, because we can't hit 300 raw with a Mochi. The max we hit with Mochi and no poison is 260. So we are not killing a Bolt. But technically, we could hit 280 with Blood Moon. But by that time, if they have Capsule and everything, it's probably too late.
Well, yeah. Well, Capsule, they can't get poisoned. So.
Yeah, so they can't get poisoned. So we can poison ourselves. Yeah.
Right. You can poison yourself with emoji. Got it. So, yeah. All right. So that's a tough matchup. But now we know going in, we're all suspecting Dragapult Dusknoir. Are you afraid of it or no?
It's scary if they just kind of palm hand the nuts, just draw anything they could want. If they set up super strong, they get energy turn 1, energy turn 2, because the main thing we can do is kind of target down what has the energy on it and make it hard for them to set up. If they have no Crispin, they're not attacking. Or if they have no Crispin or Crystal, they're not attacking.
Okay. So going in blind, you want to go first or second?
Second every time. We want that Trolley turn 1.
Makes sense. Got you. All right. So basically how the deck works, how you came up with it. Very cool. So we hit Atlanta. I'm looking at your run here. The first 3 rounds you hit the main deck that everybody's playing, Dragapult Dusknoir. I'm looking out of 6-7 games, you win 6 of them.
Yep.
So, I mean, did they all go according to plan? Every single one of them?
Yeah, they I believe it was like maybe 2 of those games they did not get turn 1 energy attachment, and the other games I just kind of ran them over going second. I mean, you can just exert so much pressure with Petch or Budew, or even if they only have 1 Dreepy in play or something, you need to kill it. You have Dura. It hits that number with Binding Mochi. You just have so much aggression. You can just deny Stamp, deny Fez. So if they had a slow start and they're hoping you knock something out, you poison KO, their Fez does nothing.
Nice. Now, how many of these did you see like a rare candy come across? Or did they have to do the basic stage 1, stage 2?
Well, most of them had to do basic stage 1, stage 2, because if they had a slower start, like maybe only got 3 Pokemon down, it was usually Budew. Budew them, don't let them get more down, force them to raw find whatever they want. They can't Ultra Ball for it, so they better have a supporter to draw. If they don't, they're just not finding anything.
Nice. All right. So again, first 3 rounds, you're 3-0. You're feeling good. Now the next round, you face another Dragapult, not Dusknoir. It's Gholdengo. What happens?
The freer matchup.
It's a free matchup?
The freer matchup.
Freer, okay.
Dango is a little bit easier to deal with because we just Budew until we want to start attacking. And if they don't evolve into a Dango before us, they've died to poison. So it's kind of just like a game of chicken, but we have Budew, so we're forcing more out of them. Because if they're just drawing 1 card a turn with that, because they have to evolve a Dango to draw. So if they're just drawing 1 card a turn with no items, chances are we're going to kill them before they've found the 4-card combo they need.
Cool. So you win that one. You're 4-0. You go to round 5. You finally don't have to go against the Dragapult.
Yeah.
But you hit the bulky Terapagos.
Which can be weird if they can get Terapagos, Bouffalant, and Bravery Charm. Luckily, they started Bouffalant. We were able to buy some turns with Budew, force it to die in our turn, and then just kind of set the pace from there with our Duras.
Nice. All right, so now you're 5-0. We're all like,
Yep.
dude, this is it. This
This
is it.
is it.
I'm seeing you in between rounds, right?
Yep.
We're all like, this is it. We got a good run going. I'm having my own okay run at that point.
Yep.
Not 5-0.
Still in it.
I was still in it at the time. I made it all the way to my winning in and lost that. Now,
Yeah.
we've already talked about that on earlier.
Oh, yeah.
So let's talk about you. Now, the next 2 rounds, again, Dragapult Dustar, which is weird that now you hit 5. I hit 0 out of 9.
This isn't the first time that I've hit the quote unquote maybe. This is definitely BDIF. Back then, this deck I wouldn't consider BDIF. I think this deck was always horrible. I hated this deck. I hit 6 Lost Tinas in Pittsburgh. Beat 4 of them, lost
about a year ago or so.
Yeah. I beat 4 of them, lost to 2 of them. That's kind of the exact same story here. I faced 6 of the Polts, and I lost to 2 of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that goes round 6 and 7. So now you get punched in the gut.
Yeah.
Right. Now you're 5-2. Still in it. Way in.
Yeah.
5-2. 2 rounds to go.
Yep.
All right,
round
now
8.
we're getting into the nitty gritty. Now,
round 8. All it
you're,
is just I need to win.
That's it. You got to win out. You got to at
win.
least win in round 8 to give yourself a shot.
Yeah.
Tell me the details about that one.
The round 8 was Terrorbox. This was one of our freest matchups going into this. We knew that Terrorbox could not handle killing more than 1 Dura because if they put the crystal on the Pikachu, we kill it. It dies to poison, so they also don't get Fez. So there is a chance for them to kill our Dura in return, but that requires a lot of resources. And with no Fez, and you just have to raw have a Noctowl after we've probably Iono'd you that turn, it's just so unlikely. But
right,
I did lose the first game.
I
went Relicanth second. I went second, used Relicanth, and Iono found nothing past. They killed me. Then game 2 and 3 went according to plan. We got enough Duras down, and then knockout 2-2-2. Game 3, knockout 2-2. They promoted Cornerstone for a while. We Budew Iono. They died of poison after 2 turns because we can't one-shot it. We had to 2-shot it, but died of poison. Then we go into round 9.
So wait, what was your answer to Cornerstone? Because our Chaladon's got an ability. So what's your answer to Cornerstone?
Answer to Cornerstone, we have poison. We have Budew with Mochi, which can hit 100. And then we have Petch. So the line is usually you want Iono Budew with poison Mochi, and you want to actually kill your Budew and promote up like usually the I guess a Squawk or something is fine. Anything that's not going to die, really, just as long as you can retreat it. And then they'll take 3 tick to their turn. If they don't retreat the Cornerstone, which they usually only have 1, they don't retreat it, they're going to take 3 more poison going into your turn. So at this point, they're at 100 plus 30 plus 30 going into my turn. If they bump the stadium, they'll still be at 140. So let's say they bump the stadium, right? So we can either recover Budew, use another Mochi, or we can use Petch plus stadium. They die to poison because they cannot stop poison.
That is definitely when I'm looking at your deck, I'm like, ooh, what's he gonna do against Cornerstone? But
we had a plan. We can beat a Cornerstone. We probably just took an out of walls unless we could we could probably hold our own against walls if we could poison them early enough because they have to set up. We take no prizes, they don't get counter gains. So we could poison them for a while before they could do anything.
Now what's funny is we all prepared for walls. I don't remember anyone saying they ran into one.
There were more gouging fires in day 2 than there were walls.
That's crazy.
Walls. I told Kyle walls is a bad deck. He tried to get me to play that. I told him that deck is a pile. It's bad.
Oh, thank God you did not listen to our buddy Kyle. Shout out to Kyle though. All right, so you win your Noctowl. You're 6-2.
Yep.
You can either play it out, play for the win,
yep,
or ID. Did your opponent ask you, or did you?
I asked him, and he said I was about to ask you, because normally I would have wanted to play it out. I wanted a really strong finish, which obviously I ended up getting, but after that round 8, I felt so drained because after going 5-0, I was really hyped and then just got smacked 6 and 7, one round 8. I just felt so mentally drained. I didn't feel like playing another round. If I
Cool.
had to, I
Matt,
had to,
you're
but
6,
yeah.
2-1 going into day 2. To have any chance at top cut, you need to go 4-0.
Yep.
So, first round, you're feeling, you got to be feeling good. You're refreshed.
Oh yeah.
You're good, and you see Gardevoir.
Yep. Definitely.
You scared of Gardevoir?
Not scared of Gardevoir as long as I can get a early knockout, and presumably if they don't candy turn 2, which is the line is 2, you kind of want to Budew, poison, mochi, and then actually kill your Budew, because then if you can take down a Ralts with it, they're not getting another Ralts down more than likely, and they're not candying. So then if they evolve into the Curlia, which if they get anything, they might get one Curlia, you just target down that Curlia, and then they're just even further behind.
Nice. Yeah, because I look at it, you went loss, win. So
yep, loss, win. Game 1, I am pretty sure I prized Trolley that game.
So that's you're behind the 8 ball.
Yep, game 2 and 3 just kind of ran them over. Too much HP. They use Drifloon. They try to lock stuff. I just have too much scoop up Turo. Palpad boss. Just have too many options to get around the little shenanigans.
All right, so you're 1-0 on day 2. And then I see Raging Bolt. That's a deck you just told me you're scared of. So tell me about that one.
Well, turn 1, they saw they knew what I was playing when I went. Let's see, did I go first or second? Let's see. I went second. So I saw them. Their turn 1, they did a couple of things. Put down a Bolt, Ogerpon. I think not too much. They attached whatever, but they put down a Jamming Tower, and I was very happy because that means they're probably not playing any tools, which means I can run them over because they can't stop my Mochi or they can't stop my Poison. So just kind of, they didn't get any owls. They got one owl down, but didn't get a Fanrotom, so they didn't have a guaranteed owl. And I kind of just knockout, 2-2-2 through that game. Game 2, they set up perfectly and just ran me over. Game 3, we both bricked, but I was going second. And fortunately, I top decked an Ultra Ball. Squawk, set up, Budew, and then they just couldn't recover, and I just started taking knockouts.
Nice. Yeah, well, I mean, you're not going to win the same exact way every time.
Nope.
All right, so now you're 2-0 on day 2.
Yep.
And I see you go against a Goldengo, but instead of Dragapult, they got a Scizor.
2 Scizors.
2 Scizors.
Yeah,
is that the baby Scizor?
Yep, and they used it not once. For some reason, they did not use the card, even though that card would have kind of made it tricky.
I mean, don't. If not all your Pokemon on your bench have abilities,
everything except for Budew and Baby Dura.
Yeah.
So
they should have ran over with that guy. Okay, but you went 2-0 against them.
Yep.
Game so no problems.
Went perfect to plan. Just kind of ran him over. Then game 2 got weird. It was 5-2 prizes, but we were able to make the comeback because I remembered what actually happened was they had 3 damage on a Dango at one point when I was 5-3 or 5-2 prizes, and they moved it to my Blood Moon. Now, the reason that's important is because they had Fez with the Lucky Helmet on it, and I either knock out the Fez, they get 2 card draws anyways, and then they get Dango, whatever, they can take their last 2. But they moved the 3 from the active Dango, and the reason that's important is because I can take a Poison KO, not activate Fez, and they have a Dango and a Fez in play. That's all. Nice. They moved that 3, so I go Blood Moon, Iono, they die to Poison. They whiff knockout, kill last Dango, they try to set back up, it's too late.
Nice. Wow. So here they go. They thought they were helping themselves, and they were actually helping you. All right, and then the last match, was it a pure mirror match?
Their build was the double. They had a 1/1 Toadstool and then the Zacian in their build. So no trolley. I believe it was scoop up. I didn't see their A spec because I was too fast for them. They kind of bricked a little bit. Just kind of went target down Baby Duras, target the Squawk, Fez, knockout. They finally punched me. We really can't knockout.
Boom. So now you go 4-0 on day 2.
Yep.
And unfortunately, it's only
Blood
good
was-
enough for 15th, which
Blood was racing, looking up the score.
Yeah, we were.
I was in 5th place after round 13 once the round finished. And then the number kept dropping. And I was like, I'm not going to make it.
After all the stuff.
After the results
coming up.
started getting put in, that people kept winning, I saw my name drop and I was like, dang it.
Hey, but dude, that was a crazy run. Best run. Now you already have top 64?
I had 2 top 128s and a top 256 at EUIC.
There you go. Okay. So I was just talking about this season. You have a top 128.
You mean top 125? Yeah.
This season.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're rocking it, man.
Oh yeah. Last I checked, I was 74th.
Nice.
Hope we can keep this. I need one more day 2, just decent enough. I need a top 512 or better, and I should be able to lock up the invite.
Well, we've got Milwaukee. I know you're going to that one, right?
Yep.
We've got Portland. You're going to that one.
Yep.
And you got NAIC.
As long as we get into that one, which is registration is in 2 days.
It is. But let's try to get in. So, now the first 2 tournaments we just said are going to be this format, and then NAIC will be the next format. Are you going to try to make this deck better, or are you going to try to look for something else? What are you thinking?
This deck, I'm teaching a class on this deck the next week. On Metafy, I am going to be playing this deck for probably Milwaukee. I don't see myself changing the deck. The deck's pretty good. I'm going to make some changes to the deck, but not changing decks is the plan. For Portland, as far as Portland goes, I think once we've had Milwaukee, Monterey, there's a couple of regionals. I think there's a regional every weekend. Maybe not a local regional like close, but there's a lot of regionals happening. Therefore, the meta is going to shape up to be more concise and more what's going to be seen. And once people know this deck, I think Klefki becomes more popular. Maybe Jamming Tower to shut off Mochis. Maybe what is it? There's another thing that's kind of annoying for me. The Guardy playing I guess just Guardy playing Klefki is really bad because that's a matchup we want to get early knockouts in. Klefki is really a big hindrance. Jamming Tower is kind of weird. There's a lot of things that can kind of slow the deck down. So once people realize that, it'll be not the greatest.
Yeah. Personally, I hope Guardy just goes away, but that's just me.
Well, considering it lost its draw engine and still won the regional and just won Monterey,
it's not going anywhere.
I don't think it's going anywhere because it's won the first 2 regionals.
It's crazy. I did not see it, but did Henry Chow didn't win again, did he, in Monterey?
No, it was the Wet Goose. What's his name? I just know him by his Discord tag. Brent Tonneson.
Did he use Henry Chow's builds? Because these were only a couple weeks apart.
I want to say no.
No, it was a couple changes.
I want to say there was no Zorik.
No Zorik. Okay.
You don't need Zorik, but it is very strong to draw. But you're basically on the same level as every other deck. Every deck doesn't really have a draw engine unless you're Zorik, but Zorik sucks.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, they made that deck. I was excited as a ex-MUEX player. I was excited when I saw it. Disappointed when I saw all the attackers. But maybe me and you can make it work.
We'll see. Might be able to cook something up.
Well, we've been to how many regionals together and never played the same deck because we refuse.
You won't play anything I hand out.
That's not true. I like playing my own too. But maybe we'll go in together at NAIC.
NAIC is going to be very fun. That's going to be a very interesting format. Team Rocket's going to be a very powerful set, but I think the Team Rocket deck on its own I think it's a little weak. I don't think it's strong enough to hold its own.
Yeah, they got supporters up the yin yang.
They got supporters, but the deck. I feel like the deck's just too weak. I think you need too much.
Like,
Too much
yeah,
to
you need like too many
consistently.
cards on one turn.
Yeah.
I got you. Well, Preston, I appreciate you giving us your run, how you pick the deck, all your insights. And if anybody wants to learn more, check out his Metafy. And where can they find it?
You can find it on Celio Network. You can find his Twitter. It should be one of his most recent posts. It should be the Archer Trolley Masterclass.
Sweet. So if you guys want to learn this deck, go check that out. Thank you, Preston. I appreciate it. And I will see you in a week or two where we can start testing. And then I'll see you in Portland.
All right. Sounds good. See you there.
All right. Appreciate it. How you have a good one.
You too.
All right, so I guess the first one that I want to talk about, I'm going to go in the order that I see it in the article, is the Yen Mega, which it has that buzz boost, which when it moves from the bench to the active, you search your deck for 3 basic grass energy and attach them to this Pokemon, then shuffle. And then with Jet Cyclone, for 3 grass, 1 colorless, 210 damage, move 3 energy from this Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon. So it is a very quick way of accelerating energy onto your bench Pokemon, whatever that may be, whatever huge grass hitter you need. I think it's pretty cool. I like it a lot.
Doesn't have to be a grass type, right?
Not necessarily, no.
Regigigas.
Regigigas, I like it.
Not a bad idea.
What else are we cooking with?
What else we cooking with?
There's the new Psyduck, right?
The new Psyduck. Yes. Let's pull that one up.
If I'm not mistaken, the
So the
Psyduck
big-
and the Stadium are like the meta changers, right?
Yeah, so what I'm looking at here is not the right one, right? I'm looking at Misty Psyduck, but it's not that one, I don't think. You're referring...
We don't know where that Psyduck's going to be yet.
Yeah.
The one that they did, it blocks those abilities where a Pokemon can't knock itself out.
Yep.
Right.
Which is obviously Dusnor, Dusclops, and unfortunately Magneton also.
It's also not something that has to be an active to get that. You can just have it on your bench and stop Dusknoir. Yeah, so we don't know when that's dropping.
Yeah, not necessarily.
No, it hasn't actually said where is it going yet.
Listen, I love Dusknoir, but that's a good card for the game.
Okay, but if you're playing not a Dragon Ball deck, or even if you are for a mirror, are you wasting one spot for one matchup? And more importantly, okay, because you could find 59 cards, fine. But are you going to waste one bench spot just to sit there?
But if 20% of the tournament is Dragapult,
So the question is, does this scare some of those players to play something else?
Shout out to that one person out there who plays Fortress EX.
oh my god, Fortress exists. I forgot about that. What a niche pick.
So I shouldn't play my Fortress Dustnor deck anymore?
No, probably not.
I literally made that video last month. I was like, let's have some fun. Fortress Dustnor. Just blow myself up and attach everything to Bramblegas.
Yep.
And then just flip coins and Iono down to 1. Good luck.
I love it. I love it.
So that deck is not going to exist anymore.
I mean, it's not to say you can't just kill the Psyduck easily, right? I mean, do we know how much HP it has?
I believe 80.
Oh, man. That's actually pretty
So
solid.
now now you're gonna have 2 spots. Everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, Shaman and Psyduck." Okay, now you only have 3 other spots, unless you're playing in area 0
Oh, it's 70, not 80. So it's profitable.
and 70. Okay,
That makes it way stronger, though, to me, right?
It does, yeah.
I mean, sure.
I don't think it matters because Dusclops Dustnor is not coming out for 2 or 3 turns. So if you miss it, I think it's okay.
But even if you're playing Dragapult and they Crystal, Energy, Alucha, they just put 10 onto the side deck and you just kill it with one Dragapult attack and then you can Dusknoir your way to victory.
Yeah, it's just you're playing out a different order. Although, did you see the New Japan list? What they're playing?
No.
Because they have the side deck available, I believe.
Do they?
Or maybe they don't. Maybe they don't yet. But they're not even playing Dusknoir. Dusknoir's gone. They are playing the new Crobat.
Yeah, it's amazing. Dude, it's going to be so good.
Oh, the Rocket Scrubbat?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh my god, I'm so excited for that one. I'm like, I was, the more I look at it, the more I'm like, this is what I'm gonna play.
Oh, yeah. I'm maining it
This
with
is,
Poison, I swear.
Yeah, you've convinced me. It looks so good. It looks fun, which is what I prioritize when I play any kind of game.
A built-in optional Turo on a 310 HP Pokemon? I mean, dude, that's crazy.
I mean, I'm liking the 120, put it into your hand, boom, Tyranitar item lock.
Hecharon.
I'm with Stu on this one.
Okay, Pecharon,
Yeah, I'm with Stu
you
on this one.
could poison it.
I think both are good. Both are great. I just want to go the poison route with it. I just
Much
love
easier to
how
set up.
many damage counters you're putting on the board just from evolving.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But they're playing it with
I mean, you're
Dragapult.
getting-
Ugh, that is gnarly.
I don't like that, but
Right? Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
dude, Frostlass is gonna feast.
Yeah, so Frostlass is looking like it's shaping up to be a really good card with a lot of support.
Yeah, there's so many ways you can go about it too. Like you can go with the Crobat route because any damage counters you put on that, you can just Monkey Dory that off and then hit and run.
Speaking of Monkey Dory damage, the Team Rocket's bomb in a Monkey Dory deck is stupid.
Yeah,
It's just a guaranteed 20 damage to their board every turn.
Oh,
I'm excited.
is that the one? I know what you're
I'm
talking
excited
about.
for that one in particular.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm excited for it, but I'm also like, this is super troll. If somebody flips heads and puts 20 damage to KO my EX in the active and takes a 4 prize turn because of Team Rocket's bomb, dude.
As an unashamed Monkey Dory Frostlass enjoyer, yeah, we're gonna feast.
Yeah, you're feasting on Sneasel.
Sneasel, oh my god, let me pull that one up. That was one of them.
Yeah. This is
There
a
you go.
Zelf on
what is it?
steroids.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even want to run as Elf anymore. Backstab. This attack does 20 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon for each damage counter already on that Pokemon. So
Team
if it's,
Rocket's energy.
yeah, for Team Rocket's energy, if it's already half dead, it's already, it's all the way dead now.
Gone. It's all the way down.
Yeah, it's bad.
But now you got to remember, you can't hit Terra Pokemon
That's true.
because they got the bench barrier.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
So you're not hitting these giant Terras. You can hit the giant EXs, just not Terras.
And Shaman. Shaman will block that. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It should, shouldn't it?
Why are we playing Shaman for? What are the snipers besides you got what Greninja?
Well, if you're playing Frostlass
EX.
Monkey Dory, you're definitely playing it, right?
Yes.
It's bench guarding again. It's Manaphy, which was like crucial back in the peak.
Okay, so those kind of decks are definitely going to play it. But then you're about to knock out your Shaman with your Frostlass. You got to be careful.
Yeah, I believe Chef, you run like a single bravery charm in those decks to make sure that your piece you need doesn't die as quickly.
Yeah. You do your best to keep it alive with the Monkey Dories, and then slap a Bravery Charm or something like that on it if it's like low HP, like a Manaphy would be.
Right. And then maybe play a Turo it up if it gets super duper close.
Penny, yeah.
or Penny.
You can keep
Yeah,
the every
Penny's
turn.
so busted.
Yep.
Have you guys seen the new Zamazenta, where you deal 70 damage, and if you're damaged by an attack, put damage counters equal to that damage on the attacking Pokemon? It's basically the Mewtwo, but stronger and Steel type, but it costs 3 energy.
Ooh, that's tough.
But in Arch, that's a 1 prizer for a 2 prizer that you can pretty easily set up.
Oh yeah.
70 damage. Yeah, they would have to try to boss around it, but now they're trying to boss around, hit your Arch for 300.
Yeah.
But then the problem is now your Arch has weakness though, because it didn't do its attack, which is a big thing now for the Arch decks. Is they don't put Arch down until they're ready to attack.
Yeah. Yeah, I just feel
Because
like you
of
have to
that
have an
little-
attacker. Well, that doesn't answer Ogerpon, that Zamazenta. Not at all.
No.
The new Zacian will, when it finally comes out. Not the one that we have the tops, but the promo one coming out. That only attacks for 3 energy and deals exactly 210 damage. That's the one I want.
Is that not in Destined Rivals?
I'm not sure it is. I think it's in one of like the structure decks or something they're making in Japan. And so it'll be one of those cards that I'm pretty sure just shows up in live one day. Like, you know, the Xerneas
good.
recently? Like, there's a Xerneas EX in the format that they never announced
Yeah.
released.
Yeah, that was the what was it? The Maspadiff? I'm bad with names. man.
Mabustiff.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, that one popped up. Wasn't it Dialga popped up? The Dialga EX, was that one of them?
Yeah, Dialga.
Just all of a sudden, it was just like boom, it's in ptcgl. I'm like, what?
Oh, like those promo ones that are just like complete garbage.
Yeah,
Like
those
you
were
would
garbage.
never
But
use
this
like
Zacian
Sprigatito
promo,
EX.
yeah, that was crazy. Why did they print that?
Which one?
Sprigatito
Sprigatito EX. It has 200 HP and it's a basic. It has like scratch for 30. It's so crazy, man. That's my mascot.
I wanna
That's
make-
my type of guy.
I want to make that one work.
No way you could, dude. If you make that work, I'll Venmo you $100.
I'm gonna make it work.
You show me one win where you
Oh,
get
man.
3 of your prize cards with Sprigatito EX.
I'm gonna do it. You heard it here, guys.
The money's coming to you if you do it.
I would like to see it.
Okay, I want to make it work.
You know what I would bet on, and I'd bet a lot of money because it's not going to happen, is that the little Budew Bombardier Bandit is not getting banned.
No, when was the last time, Chef? I believe you were saying.
Yeah.
When was the last time a card was actually banned?
Hold on, I had it.
Like during, you know, while it's in rotation. We find that out. I mean, I don't. Why does it need to be banned? I don't understand what. Play around it, just like any other card. You know, there's plenty of cards I don't like.
You could argue it's a reason there were a lot of ties in Atlanta. I mean, I see the argument. I just think it's dumb.
Were there a lot of ties? I didn't see that.
You said
pop
that
up
one
in
guy
there.
had like
I mean,
6
was
ties,
that
right?
Well, that's just because he played so slow.
Oh,
That-
okay.
he
So
wasn't
not
playing-
Budew related.
No, that was just. No, it was not. It was just a Gardevoir without refinement. Go figure. But no, I don't think it should be banned. I think it's you got to play around it. You can't build decks like, oh, I'm just going to toss in 15 items. You can't, because you're not going to be able to use them.
Yeah.
Which makes cards like Jacques. They're what a Dragapult went from playing Lance to Jacques or Jack. I don't know. How do you say that one?
Chuck.
I should look it up in my little book.
Yeah, it did.
there. Although I don't think it has trainers.
It's Jack. What was I gonna say?
It is Jack.
Yeah, I feel like Buddy was put in there to solve a different problem, right? It was put in there saw like the turbo decks, the way that they were just running through their decks so quickly. But by turn 2, they already have like 15 cards left, and I think Budew achieved that purpose.
It's awesome. It's awesome. I love doing that.
Yeah.
But I'm liking this format. You have to think. You have to build a little bit differently. And people who take the time and go, okay, like this card doesn't work. Or, if I get item locked, I can never play it. And then by the time I'm not item locked, it's useless. So, okay, play a different card. Play something else. I love the format right now.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I think Budew is easy to KO. If you don't have something that can KO Budew for 1 energy, I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean all the Terra decks, fan wrote on with the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Done.
Which stadiums are
one
everywhere.
energy. Yeah, everybody's playing at least maybe 1, 2, but most 2 or 3. The big poison decks, they're playing 4. The big area zeros,
Yeah.
they're playing 4.
So what
I don't see a problem with it.
what is the history of banned cards here, Chef?
So yeah, I'm looking at it right now, and the last ones that I see were back in the Sun and Moon era. I'm not sure exactly what comes first. It's not exactly put, in order of when it happened, but I'm looking at a couple of the abilities, like this Duskull from Sun and Moon, Spiritborn Evolution. Once during your turn, you may discard 3 cards from your hands. If you do, search your deck for a card that evolves from this Pokemon, put it onto this Pokemon to evolve it, then shuffle your deck.
I can tell you why that was banned.
Go for it.
The new Dusknoir, right? As soon as they printed the new stuff, that just had to go. Did it overlap ever?
I can see why that would be like an expanded, for example.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I guess
see that.
how old is this card?
Well, Sun and Moon was before I even started playing,
Yeah.
so it's at least 3 years.
Okay.
And cards in expanded get banned all the time. Because
Okay.
they don't when they print these cards, you don't know they don't go back for 4 years and go, hey, how is this going to interact? Cards in expanded get banned all the time. I say all the time, but a lot more often than once every 3-4 years.
That makes sense.
So I would think that card was banned because of the new Dusknoir and expanded.
Makes sense to me. So I don't have anything about the last time a card was banned in Standard.
Maybe it's just never happened.
Oh, honestly, I don't know. It had to have happened at least once. Maybe not. I mean, do you know how many hours and years of research? They're probably ahead of cards. Like, they know what's coming out next year. I mean, that's my opinion. They already know. It has to go. So much research got to go in to these, making all these releases and stuff.
Yeah, I'm
What do you
seeing
think? How long in advance do you think that they know?
about a new set.
Yeah. Like, how far ahead are they than where we are now? I mean, they're not thinking of this stuff 6 months before. No way.
I would assume they've got a roadmap for 7 years.
7 years.
Yeah, I bet.
That might be a bit much.
I don't know, because
I would say maybe a couple years.
when you look at, like, back in the day, there were Team Rockets cards, there were trainer cards, right? They're probably just going to continue to recycle the content as long as they possibly can. And so I bet they've had this Team Rocket stuff in the works for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like this whole set is Team Rocket. It's crazy.
Oof. Yeah, they have so much. Like, I'm working on a script for a breakdown of the set, and it's 7 pages, and I'm not even halfway through Team Rocket stuff yet.
Wow.
Jeez.
Wow. So how in depth on each card are you going?
I'm not even going through everything. I'm just going through like whatever I think that would be interesting for me to work with, like things that I'm keeping an eye on. But yeah, I do have like things like the Nido King, Nido Queen are in there. I got that Ruckus Tyranitar, Orbeetle, Mimikyu.
Orbeetle's gonna be good. Moving
Yeah,
energy as much as you like, or I mean damage as much
damage.
as you like.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Oh wow.
There
I had not read. I had not read that.
there used to be a
That's
card like
stage
that, right?
2.
Is Orbeetle stage 2? Wait, I thought it was stage 1.
It's stage 2.
I'm looking at it right now. Stage 2.
Oh,
It's only
shoot.
130 HP. Stage 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, to get there, but now you're moving damage all over your own board. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I like it, but that's tough. That's almost like a Grand Tree deck. Maybe you do like Team Rocket's Tyranitar.
I'd like to see it.
Keep it healthy.
I'd like to see it used with something like Leafeon. You know how Leafeon can like attack and heal everything. So like if it were to take a big hit and then spread that damage evenly and heal it all.
Yeah, that would be crazy. How about the Chingling? Have you guys seen that? The new baby Pokemon, 30 HP, free retreat, free attack. Discard a random card from your opponent's hand.
Tingling. Yes, I remember seeing it.
Discard a random card from your opponent's hand. Yeah, I mean it's just like Budew. It's doing one quick thing, no energy, shove it in, free retreat. And what if you get that one card they needed? You get up that one knock towel that they had in their hand. Boom, it's gone. Now what?
Yes,
Yeah, I mean,
yes,
especially if you're going second and you rip this. If somebody going first, nest balled, maybe ultra balled, maybe got their hand down to like 3 cards, you could hit a pretty prime target there.
Yeah, what if they're holding the research?
Yep.
And then that's it.
Man, I kind of
Not
like
bad.
it.
It's got a little niche. I don't think it's gonna go in every single deck like
No.
Budew.
My
Definitely not.
my Toxtricity baby box enjoyers out there are feasting with 2 babies that are good.
2 new ones?
Ethan's Pichu.
Go for it. Hit me.
Wait. Ethan's Pichu. Whoa, have I just skimmed over this?
Do 30 damage and you get to draw a card. That is so key.
Oh, dude, that's clutch. Why can't
That's
I
not bad.
find this? Electric cards. Oh my god. There's so many cards in this set.
I know.
I know. And give me the other one. I know what I'm looking for.
This one we were just talking about, Chingling.
Jingling, yeah.
That was the other one.
Yeah.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to give me something along Ethan's Pichu line for colorless to stick in like a Fan Rotom deck. Something that Fan Rotom can go grab and then grab you an extra card. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, unless you're playing a Team Rockets deck and they lay a stadium down. None of your normal types have any abilities.
Yeah. It does. I mean, I don't know how the decks are going to be built, but obviously, Fan Rotom decks, they want to go first. So, as long as they go first, you got nothing to worry about. But if you go second, like you said, they put that stadium down. Ouch.
Yeah, that's very tough. I think even if you go
That's
first,
better than Klefki.
oh yeah, wait, right? Like, if you go
Because
first,
you don't knock out your own abilities.
if you were to put the stadium down turn 2, the Terrad Eevee wouldn't be able to evolve into an evolution because its ability lets it evolve. So you would actually shut down evolutions from anything turn 2 if they didn't get something off turn 1.
That's a crazy interaction I never even thought of. Because it is the ability that lets it.
I've locked people
That's-
before, yeah. Iron Thorns.
Pretty crazy.
I run 1 Iron Thorns in my Future Box deck, and I usually just slam it down against Eevees.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Man, I'm excited. I can't wait for the new set. I want the new cards to land ASAP. Do we have a date yet? Like a hard date?
May 30th.
May 30th. Okay. We're coming up on it ASAP. Arbok, finally his time to shine.
Arbok. How the heck are you getting Arbok going?
I don't know, but
3 dark.
I mean, you don't have to do
If it's
his
rockets,
attack,
Arbok
right?
out.
It's just the ability that's so good. They can't play any Pokemon with abilities.
If this Pokemon has it's got to be in the active,
Yeah.
and it's a stage 1.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, that shuts down their Crobat stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You can't play that.
No, excludes Team Rocket's Pokemon. They're allowed to.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
There's the exception.
Yeah, which actually kind of doesn't do anything to Dragapult or the new Dragacrobat.
No.
Dude, Crobat, best card of the new set. I'm saying it now.
Really?
Yeah, take your guess now.
Well,
Chef, take your guess
I mean,
now,
it-
and we'll revisit this.
It is going in the best.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a little tough one. So yeah, so you caught us off guard here.
I mean, just the one that you first read and you were like, wow, that's crazy.
Let's
Okay.
see. You know what card I was kind of literally the day before. I found an energy recycler, like it was like underneath the table, and my son was walking. He goes, "Oh, my card." I was like, "Yeah, you can have this. This thing, it's it's got a yellow border. Who cares?" And then all of a sudden, and he crushed it in his hand, of course, because he's 3. And then the next day, I see energy recycler reprinted. I was like, "Well,
Yeah.
gonna need a new one."
Yeah. That's tough.
It's no big deal.
What? Dude, yes. It looks awesome. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that
For
one.
2 energy.
That's 2 energy is easy. Is it? And I believe one of them's colorless, right?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. So quick, buddy, Crispin, boom, done.
Well, most importantly, you already pack the counter gain in Uxie Zelf, right? So you get a choice between a Zelf or Mimikyu with a counter gain if you're down 1, which you're going to be down. You're playing spread. Yep. I think a Zelf is good, but the new Sneasel is like a Zelf on steroids. It's so much better. Would you run a Team Rockets? It's just so strong. Anything against non-Terra Pokemon, so strong. Well, gents, I think we can all agree that we're extremely excited for this new set. Very, very fun deck list ahead. We are running out of time very quickly, though. So if anybody has any announcements for a channel or things coming up on their end, lay it out now. If not, Snipe, take us home today.
Yeah. I mean, just check out the new decks. I know. I tried a new thing yesterday or over the last couple days. I made a deck that really wasn't that great. I knew it wasn't that great. I did not know what to do with it. I posted it anyway, and I had so much comments on it, and it was great. I used those comments, made a new deck the very next day by making all the changes everybody said, and it worked out. We went from 0-3 After the changes, I went 4-0. It was great.
Let's go.
So appreciate everybody on those comments, and I might want to make that a weekly thing.
That would be a cool
So,
segment for your channel, not for this.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. I think I might try to make that, just make some deck and then go help me. But didn't you want to do something weekly segment? We want the people to start either emailing.
Well, we want
either
just
emailing
comments
or comments.
Yeah.
Email, comments, whatever.
Big 3 categories would be like hot takes, soapbox rants against things like your Dragapults, and then what was it? Snipe happens, just like crazy plays happening. Describe them, lay them out to us.
Just give me the crazy plays that either you did or happened against you. Like, come on, like how did that happen? Like my ogre mask. Like, who saw that coming?
Yeah,
I'm wondering why he's putting all these different energy. He knew what he was doing. It was cool.
I've always wanted to run ogre mask, never done it.
Nobody does. This guy did. Smart. It was great.
But yeah, send us in stuff. Even if it's questions, we can do that as well too. It's just a fun segment. We can add in a different one every week, shake things up. Of course, we got a guest this time. Looking to probably have more guests in the future. So creators, keep your eyes peeled and ears open. But other than that, I got nothing.